Hello there, everybody. So I just tried to record like an hour long video of a Let's Play that I was going to start doing. It's of endless space. Still gonna do it. Slight problem though. I'm having some issues with my current recording setup. Um, and it turns out that instead of recording the entire hour, it only recorded 27 minutes. The audio got fucked up in the process, completely corrupted and unusable. When I was going back to look at the footage for editing purposes, the audio was so bad it was making me nauseous. It's very rare that that happens. It was. How would you describe a seizure in your ears? I don't know. But that's what it sounded like. Also, sorry for the squeaky chair. It's a very squeaky chair. It's kind of annoying, actually. Need a new chair. I'll get around to that eventually. But yeah, about an hour worth of recording and gameplay later, turns out everything is unusable. I have to start all over again, and the side of my mustache is completely not working. It's why is it? Why are you doing this mustache? Looks uneven. So does this. Here, fix it. I will have to trim that later. Whatever. So, in the meantime, story time? Maybe? Yeah, why not? So, let's see. What can we talk about this time? It's been a while since I've done one of these. I haven't actually done a vlog in, like, 6 months. Was the last time I put up something like that. I don't record much anymore. It kind of got a bit hellish there for a while, trying to keep up a schedule with this stuff. So I reduced it back to whenever I feel like, just record something and throw it online. But I kind of want to do something on a bit more of a regular basis. Yay. Itchy. So, let's see. I was going to talk about how I ended up in jail, but I'm not too sure about that. The circumstances are highly private, honestly. Yeah. Oh, so, well, there is something. So, back before I had left Ohio, I decided to go to Denver, Colorado. And I had really no way to get there. So, me being as stubborn as I am, I decided, fuck it, I'm going anyway. I don't care how I get there. 5 months later, a couple stop-offs, nearly getting shot in St. Louis. Don't ever go to St. Louis, by the way. It's I know people live there. I know it's somewhat of a popular tourist destination. But if you go to the wrong part, you're lucky to get out in one piece. And I went to the wrong part. Still here, still in one piece, which is all good. Yeah. So, after I got out of St. Louis, I went to go stay at a friend's place for a couple of weeks because traveling for about 3 weeks straight just to get to St. Louis because I was mostly on foot and hitchhiking, maybe getting a bus here and there. Coding overloaded. fucking weird. I'm trying to use OBS for this, and apparently it doesn't like me today. So it may have just corrupted the footage. I may just be going insane. Who knows? But yeah. So went to stay at a friend's place for a couple weeks to rest up. Actually tried to get a job in that particular town. Didn't work out. So I figured, fuck it. Let's just continue on to the final destination. Next thing you know, about 2 to 3 weeks later, I am in Denver, Colorado. I really hope this recording isn't fucking up. That thing is worrying me when it says encoding overloaded. I'm thinking it might be getting corrupted like the last time I tried to record something. Sorry about the coughing. Yeah, I arrived in Denver. Nowhere to go, nowhere to stay. Didn't know anybody. And well, I figured I've been in this situation before. I'll try and make the best of it. Turns out, didn't exactly make the best of it. Ended up homeless on the streets of Denver, Colorado for a good 6 months in the winter. For some reason, whenever I end up on the streets, always in the fucking winter. It's annoying as hell, really. And nearly freezing to death is not fun. Just trying to stay warm is a fucking fight. I actually have quite a few stories from Denver. There was... Let's see, this dude I met there... called him Brokefoot Guy, because, well, this is a dude I met that had a broken foot. I think his actual name was Michael or Mike something. I don't know. Used to roll that guy around in a wheelchair all over Denver. I think he fucking... Yeah, he told me he stole it right out of a hospital's fucking lobby. Because they told him that they couldn't give him a wheelchair. Because he couldn't afford it. So this guy was like, fuck you, I'm taking this anyway. So I pushed him around in that for a good 2 months, 3 months, something like that. The guy couldn't walk, so I was trying to be nice and help him out a bit. It worked out in the end, although the guy was completely and hopelessly addicted to methamphetamine. Never done this shit myself and never will. So... kind of worked out for me too, because, you know, I'd help him out. He'd help me out every now and then when he could. The guy didn't make much money while he was there. And what he did, he mostly just blew it on drugs. But, yeah, every now and then if he had, like, a joint or something, just, like, fucking weed. So I was a massive stoner back then. Kind of wish I could still do it, but getting too old for that shit. It was expensive, and I don't know anybody around here. At least not anymore. So, yeah. Other than that, I also ran across this one other guy while I was there. Actually, a couple other guys while I was there. This one dude ended up selling me, like, a bunch of acid. And it had been quite a while since I had done the stuff. Granted, it was not my first time with that particular drug. I have experimented with hallucinogens in the past. Usually it was okay, because usually I was, around people that I sort of trusted. Yeah, acid is not something you should ever do if you're not around people that you can actually, trust you to babysit you so you don't do dumb shit. But this was a place where I knew nobody. So, yeah, ended up buying a bunch of LSD off this guy. It was like 4 hits or something like that, 4 tabs. And me being incredibly stupid that night, I did all of them at once. And these were strong. Like, really fucking strong. So I spent the next 36 hours tripping balls. I can't remember a lot of it. I just know it was a very long time from all accounts. I'm not entirely sure if this happened or not, but I have this memory of a guy. I went to a fucking shelter one night while this all was going on, but I have this memory of this guy was fucking trying to lay on me when I was in the shelter. Like, I don't know if it happened or not. I can't fucking figure it out, but I don't... It's weird. If I ever figure out if that was real or not, or just a fucking trick of my drug-addled brain at that point, I'm not even sure I want to know. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting kind of distracted rolling smoke. But, yeah. So, for like 3 days after that, tripping balls, not sure if that one thing in the shelter actually happened. And I had fucking a tick left over from it ever since that I mostly just ignore. But every now and then, right as I'm going to sleep, it'll pop right back up in my head. And it's just a fucking word that I can't just forget. Even though I don't want to say it, because if I do, I know I'll spend the rest of the fucking night thinking about it, slowly driving myself insane. So I'm just not going to mention it here. Other than that, I was fairly convinced at the time that I had discovered the secrets of the universe, when in reality, my brain was just melting a little bit. Fun. It wasn't really melting. LSD kind of rewires the way you think about things. Running out of tobacco. If anybody's wondering what I'm smoking these days, it's fucking Gambler. Kind of just gone regular on this stuff. I haven't really been switching around. Though when I'm not rolling them, I'm just buying Pall Malls. So. Yeah, it's getting really powdery too. Yeah. About 3 days later, I finally came out of it. And I found myself fucking sitting in a park in Aurora, Colorado. Which, for people who don't know, is a suburb of Denver. It's off to the east side of Denver. Not exactly the best place to be at. It's kind of run down. Hold on. Trying to get some more stuff to fill this up with. That is not a very good pack right there. Alright, that's good. Oh yeah, Aurora. Found myself in a park in Aurora. Not knowing really how I got there. Or what I was doing there. Took about a day and a half to get my bearings, figure out where the hell I was, and find the nearest shelter, because at that point it was starting to drop below -20, which, if for anybody who hasn't been in extremely cold environments before, will kill you if you stay out in it long enough, which is Usually about 5 to 6 hours out in that is enough to do you in if you're not really fucking careful. Um, and even then, it's still not good. I can't feel some of my toes to this day from that shit. Yeah. And I ended up stuck in that particular place for a month in fucking Aurora. Because there was a blizzard that blew here that was so fucking bad, it didn't get above -20 for a month straight. I mean, I just couldn't leave. They wouldn't let us, actually. It was fucking law enforcement had told everybody, if you go outside, we're going to arrest you, and if you die from the cold, well, we can't fucking help you because we'll end up getting ourselves killed. Oh, God. Fucking Denver. Yeah. After that, stuck in fucking Denver for 6 months. And I ended up walking all the way back to Indiana. Which, for people who don't know, that's about 1,600 miles. Fun times. I would not recommend it. Ever. At all. It destroyed my joints and my body. Made my arthritis even worse. Which, for people who don't know, I got a fucking busted knee. Which is extremely arthritic. And I'm lucky I can walk these days. In fact, hold on. I'll show you something. I actually use a cane these days, and yeah, I know this looks like a shillelagh. It pretty much is. But it doubles as a cane. Secondary purpose of beating the fuck out of somebody. Yeah, you never know when you need to switch it up a bit. Yeah. Excuse me. Other than that, yeah, not really too much. I mean, had a few jobs here and there since I got back to Indiana. Not too much else has happened. Mostly just spent my time trying to survive. Yeah, that's life. Well, this has gone on for like 18, 20 minutes of rambling. I figured that's enough. I'm probably boring you all by this point. Anyway, see you all later. Bye.